so many working women, they complain of what you call as a second shift phenomena. She says, I do this, and when I return, I also do this. If you don't have anything that is yours, can you be free? How can you be free? Everything about you is owned by somebody else. Where is freedom? Where is freedom in your choices? What kind of freedom this is that comes without love? Can fear and freedom go together? I'll repeat that 10 times and that would still be insufficient. Freedom is not about the way you look or walk. It's not about the accent you carry. It's not about how happy your clothes are. It's about with this understanding to the state of the woman. Many of you would have read the book, or at least heard of it, The Second Sex, Simone de Beauvoir. Huh? So, very famous quote from there. Yeah. Wonderful. Expectedly, it's a girl. Woman is not born. She becomes a woman. In other words, she is made a woman. She is made a woman. This is how she is made. She is made like this. Alternatively, she is made like this. In either case, she is being made by someone else, and that's not freedom. And that's not freedom. You get this? So modernity, if is just another name for an appearance or a code of conduct, then it's just another name for a fresh set of bondages. Right? You could say she has been told to perform in one way and this one is performing in another way. Judith Butler, gender is a performance. Gender is performance. You behave a particular way. You behave a particular way and you will be called as modern. You might say, no, we just don't behave. We also think that way. But even the thought is an imported one. When we say imported, even that implies some agency, some consciousness. Often it is not imported, it is implanted. You don't even know how it got into you. Are you getting it? So here, this one. She was objectified by way of ownership. So Manusmriti, for example, would say the woman should never be free or independent. She should be dependent on the father, the husband, the sons, but never should she be independent. So there was ownership. In this model, there was ownership. And in this model, she is again being objectified. Though nobody legally owns her now, but don't we find her objectified in TV commercials every day? Yeah. So objectification is still there. What has changed? We are talking of freedom, right? And freedom is not about looking like that one, behaving like that one, or even thinking like that one. No. If you are anything like that one, are you free? We are not saying you must necessarily not be like that one. Even that would not be freedom. But to be asked to conform to anything from here and there is not freedom. This one. The husband would often force himself upon her sexually, right? And she had no voice, no choice. We know of the kind of fertility rates we experienced. We know the kind of maternal deaths during childbirth that we experience. We also know the kind of gynecological diseases and the deaths related to them. She was experiencing all that. This one, no. There is no external entity that can now force itself upon you. But, baby, you are modern. You're supposed to be sexually available on your own. No? And if you say no towards this thing, I'm a little reticent, this is not something that appeals to me. This is not something that I prioritize. Then you're not modern, are you? So even in the sexual sense, modernity is a code of conduct. Did she have much choice here? No. Even the decision to abort a pregnancy was being taken by somebody else. Mostly. Think of it, if she has been fed that she must look sexually attractive, she must wear particular kind of clothing, then does she have sexual agency even here? Please. Does she have it? The form has changed, the form has become subtler. And when your bondages, your chains become subtler, invisible, then they become more vicious and harder to tackle. If you are being controlled from the outside, you'd feel like challenging your exploiter. But when you are being controlled from the inside, you say, nobody is controlling me. I am my own person. I'm leading my life the way I want to. And that's a deeper form of enslavement. Are you getting it? Yes? And then I'm asking you, how far removed is she really from this one? Yes, in the outer experience and the outer appearance, she indeed does look different. But then so many working women, they complain of what you call as a second shift phenomena. She says, I do this, and when I return, I also do this. Instead of then having one frame to comply with, she now has two universes to straddle parallelly. Is that freedom? Is that freedom really? Then, if you look at the modern forms of superstition, etc., women happen to be participating with greater vigor in them compared to men. Reports suggest that the membership of the astrology apps that is skewed towards women. Now, she can't really be an illiterate woman, right? She's downloading an app and using it. Is she really liberated? And the question most frequently asked is, when would I get married? Is this liberation? No, you are just using modern means to fulfill a very primitive, very animalistic instinct. The means are modern. The instinct is primitive. Is that modernity? Is that modernity? Wearing very hep clothes, even very revealing clothes. She is participating in some Neobogus ritual. That's a word I just coined. Don't look for it in the dictionary. Neobogus. Sounds right, huh? So some crystal, some nonsense, something. And she looks very modern. Is that freedom? This one was being sent away with loads of dowry to some person that her father or the extended community chose. So you see the relationship with money here? Money, body, family, everything. There was no love. There was no love. And this one, if she starts aspiring to be a trophy wife, and she is on her own linking her body to money, is there love? What kind of freedom this is that comes without love? She was not supposed to talk of love. She was supposed to talk only of duties. Right? You have duties towards your husband and your family. This one, she doesn't know what love is. So she says, fine, let me prepare myself well in order to get the right kind of husband. I know I'm generalizing, greatly generalizing. But that's what the question leads us into. So, fine. Freedom is internal to begin with. The roots of freedom are always inside us. Freedom is not demonstrative, not performative. You cannot act a certain way and say, this is freedom. No. So let's take a hint from the Indian systems of philosophy I talked of. They talk of freedom. They say freedom is the goal. And then they also tell you that understanding is your very identity. Understanding not as a task, but understanding as being. I am understanding itself. Understanding not as something that you do, but something that you are. And these two go together, understanding and freedom. So when you understand what's really, really going on here, then you have taken the first baby steps. And then that takes you far, very far.